Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Can you tell us uh, what uh, what are the measures to adapt to improve our memory power, and how can we overcome from our exam fear?
Exam fear? Oh, you're asking the right one. Straight from the horse's mouth. Somebody who had no fear of examination ever. That was my father's greatest concern, that I had no fear of examination. Say, oh, this boy has no fear, what to do? This is the whole thing. You're asking this question, it's good, but you must first understand, somewhere it's spread around in this world, in the society, that fear is some kind of a virtue. Fear is not a virtue. Fear makes you into the ugliest possible creature. Most unpleasant experience in your life is probably fear. That one thing not being there has made my life totally, absolutely pleasant, because fear is about something that is yet to be. Fear is about something that does not exist right now. What will happen is the thing. What will happen, you do not know. When you do not know what you will write on the damn paper, something that you learned a whole year, you still do not know what you will write. When this is the thing, what will happen in your life, you for sure do not know, isn't it? Yes? But you're imagining all the horrible things that will happen post-examination. No, post-examination there's a wonderful vacation. Yes. Then there's one day they'll announce result. My 10th standard exam results, I did not go to see. My 12th standard examination results, I did not go to see. Somebody later on, one of my family is boiling, today's results, what are you doing, what are you doing? What am I supposed to do? Then they will tell somebody that they know, they will send word, they must have gone and seen what has happened to his result. Well, somehow passed. Now the thing is just this, are you going to school to learn something, or are you going to school to prove something? This is a thing that you have to decide, everybody must decide. Have you come to the ashram to know something or to prove something? You must decide this. Once you go to any place to prove something about yourself, sickness will set in. Sickness of failure and success will set in. For one who wants to learn, there is no such thing as failure, there is no such thing as success. It's just a question of striving. Somebody may get it in one day, I may get it in 10 days, somebody may get it in 100 days. It's just a question of striving. If your interest is to learn, striving itself is a learning. To be able to strive relentlessly itself is a huge learning, isn't it? So, don't try to prove anything. Don't try to improve your memory, please. You went to school not to remember some rubbish, to learn something, to enhance the horizons of your life. You had to know and understand something about this existence around you. This is what is science, this is what is mathematics, this is what everything is. What you're studying is not some subject, it's different pieces of life, maybe presented in a most uninteresting way, but still it's life. Yes? Whether you study physics or chemistry or biology or social sciences or geography, you're learning something that could enhance the scope and play of your life. So you have to learn it. If you remember it, it will not transform your life in any way. So, you went there to learn. If you have learned, what's the problem? What you know, you write. What you don't know, you want to copy from that guy next. I will not talk about all those things because many times teachers, it seems, are encouraging these things. Getting a few marks more or less in 10th standard is not going to make so much of a difference. How much you learn will make a world of a difference. How many things you grasped right now, fundamentals, will make a big difference. Right now, focus on that. Maybe the damn 12th standard. Because today in India, if you want to go to medical sciences, you must have… people from outside the country cannot believe this. You must get 98, 97%. You have nowhere to go. How sensibly, how wonderfully, with how much competence you live your life is important. How much you remember is not important. I don't remember a damn thing. That's why I can sit here and gossip with you simply about anything, because there's no burden of remembering anything. So, no antidiarrheal tablets, and don't worry about your memory. What you know, you will do. What you do not know, anyway you cannot do. But if you know how to copy, it's up to you. I wouldn't do it. And I'm sure our teachers will not allow it, because at this stage in your life, you don't start your life with deception. Don't, at least be… I'm not talking about honesty, I'm talking about learning to be straight with life so that tomorrow you don't get all twisted out for small things. That you're okay, this is how I am, okay, I get only 35, it's okay. This is how I am. This will not determine the quality of my life. I want you to understand this. What marks you get will not determine the quality of your life, but with how much integrity you exist will definitely determine the quality of your life. So, no copying, all right? Suppose you don't know anything, it's all right, happily sit there and come out. Tell everybody, I did not get it. You do some yoga, life will become long, so you can take 1 more year. One more year to learn. No copying, because don't lose your integrity for small things, petty things these are. Don't lose your integrity for such small things. Tomorrow when big things come, you will not be able to stand up to them. Your future will open up in a big way if you don't stand first in the school. You really can look around, what can I do with my life? Form teams of 5 people, all of them give tuitions in each subject for themselves. People are approaching every aspect of life like this. Exam means they're having runs. I know this very well because my brother was running a pharmacy in Mysore, and examination means everybody comes anti-diarrheal medicine and go to the exam, because otherwise they'll shit in the examination hall. Why? And the same thing happens to them if they're going for a job, the same thing happens to them if they're getting married, the same thing happens They just get scared of everything. That is because unprepared, isn't it? The only reason you're nervous about something, I was just talking to a few people around me. Last 3 times we had a helicopter here, the 3 different pilots. I'm just looking at them, they're so horribly nervous. Put in 3,000 hours of flying. I'm just 100-hour pilot. With great joy, I fly without an element of anything. But to a point by when my instructor in United States was interviewed by one of our people, what do you think about Sadhguru? Has he been a good student for you and all that stuff? One thing he said was, my only concern about him is, he doesn't seem to be afraid of death. They asked, what do you mean by that? Said, even if we turn off the engine, he's smiling and doing what he has to do. This is one of the big things in a helicopter is auto-rotation. That is, you turn off the engine and come down without the engine and land, preparing for an emergency always. To make you understand what it involves is, in the training craft that we fly, if the engine goes off, for you to realize, see, realization takes some time. You're flying and flying. If the engine fails, for you to know the engine has failed to register, it may take 2-3 seconds. Because the rotor is still making noise, only a certain level of vibration is gone. And the meters fall, of course. But if you don't observe the meters and if you're talking to somebody and you miss the vibration, you don't even know it's failed. But it gives you only a maximum of 7 seconds. 7 seconds is all you have to do 3 important maneuvers. If you don't do those 3 important maneuvers in those 7 seconds, you are as good as a dead man. You can enjoy the last flight. So when you're flying without warning, one of the trainings is they turn off the engine. So I just do what I have to do and I get very excited when the engine's finished. And I did over 100 landings like that. So he said, I'm really scared for him because he has no fear. I said, this was my father's problem also, not just yours. My father used to knock his head and say, this boy has no fear in his heart, what will happen to him? I never understood why. Why is fear a qualification? Why is fear a qualification? Awareness is a qualification, alertness is a qualification, knowledge is a qualification. Why is fear a qualification? So if you're shit scared of your exam, you're going to do well, is it? You're shit scared of going for an interview, you're supposed to do well, is it? You're shit scared of getting married, you're supposed to do well. I see people approaching everything like this. What is the point? So this is because somebody thinks, board exam, what will happen in my future? Your future will open up in a big way if you don't stand first in the school. Because then there'll be many opportunities. If you get 99%, you'll end up in a medical college. Or if you get 90%, you'll end up in an engineering college. If you get 65%, your life opens up. You really can look around, what can I do with my life? Now all the teachers are suffering, Sadhguru is destroying the whole school. Those of you who are going for 12th standard examination and 10th standard examination, I want you, whether the teachers do it or not, forget about that. I want the students to complete your syllabi and be ready for the exam by the end of October. Okay? By the end of October, you must be able to write your exam comfortably. If you're a little shit scared, be shit scared in October. We'll give you one more in November. You'll handle it little easy, without a tablet you can go. December we'll do 2 more examinations, do it. January you just play, February you just look around a little bit in the book. Last year of school, enjoy yourself. When the examination comes in March, you just go there and already you've done this 5 times. So by December, you must be bored writing the same exam 5 times. So you're ready for the board exam. 12th standard, 10th standard, form teams of 5 people, they must learn together. Make the teams in such a way, people who are good in different subjects are together, all of them give tuitions in each subject for themselves and the teachers help them. See, learning, for any human being, when you learn something new, when you realize something that you did not know, does it give you joy or pain? It should give you joy, isn't it? It's natural for human intellect. If you grasp something that you did not know, it makes you joyful. Why is it being approached so painful? Board exam, if you know, will you write it wrong? No. Only if you're just trying to remember for the exam, you could write it wrong. Trying to remember for the examination means you are a bloody cheat. You understand? You just want to remember, fool people for a day and say, I am passed, and then you don't know anything. You have learned deception. Don't start your life with deception. It's not good. That's not a good foundation for your life. Just somehow getting 100 marks, just because for one day you remembered something and vomited it on the paper, is this not deception? Just defeating the purpose of education, isn't it? We know something, that's why we must move to the next class. Not because we somehow tricked the examiner, so we move to the next class. What does it mean in our lives? It doesn't mean anything. Do not start your life on deception. It doesn't matter who thinks what about you. The important thing is you maintain your fundamental integrity in your life. This is very important for a human being, believe me. This is not about deceiving somebody, this is not about being better than somebody. This is, I'm here, I'll make the best use of my time when I'm here, I'll do my best. That's all. It doesn't matter somebody approves it or disapproves it. And no two human beings have come alike. Somebody may be a backbencher in the high school, but he may be frontbencher in life. So that is not the deciding factor. At every place in our life, from school to college to profession, let's not keep on thinking and having joy that somebody is behind us or somebody is below us. Why should you enjoy somebody else's failure? If you enjoy your first rank, that's all it means, isn't it? Yes or no? You're enjoying somebody's failure, that is sickness. You must enjoy what you know. You must enjoy your exploration. You enjoy your fulfillment of longing to know. This is what you should enjoy, not being one up on somebody else.